The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Hi, friends, and welcome inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome to a Friday night edition of the Delaware Hockey Network on the 412. As the Delaware Blue Hens men's Division II team carries a 5-game heater back onto home ice for the second leg of a 3-game homestand. Tonight, the St. Joseph's Hawks make the trek down I-95 from the outskirts of Philadelphia to take on the Blue Hens in their first of 2 meetings this season. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box at the top of the stands at Fred Rust Arena. As mentioned, the Delaware Blue Hens cracked the 500 mark with a 10-0 win over Stevenson on Sunday. And as of late, these Hens flying high are really starting to click. The bottom half of the depth chart, finding their groove, getting acclimated to ACHA Men's Division II play. And what we saw on Saturday, an absolute team effort from the Blue Hens, and Joe Monty getting his first career ACHA shutout. Looking at the Limestone Pension Associates line chart for the Blue Hens, we'll see the second line get the start today. Austin Vecchio, Dimitri Mahalios, and Leighton DeMasters. Leighton DeMasters, one of the first-year Blue Hens, 10 games into the season. He's already got 5 goals and 1 assist to his credit. Austin Vecchio, leading scorer on this team, 5 goals, 4 helpers. On the first line, Brian Kramer with 4 goals and 5 helpers, also with 9 points. And he'll be at the flank of Ethan Sharp, with Brendan Stam operating at the left wing in the top forward combination. Pat Flaherty, Sean Lipinski get the defensive start. And between the pipes, it will be Joey Hooper getting the assignment for the Delaware Blue Hens. He played in both halves of the home-and-home against Millersville last week. And in 2 games combined, he recorded 85 saves on 86 shots. The senior from Long Beach Township, New Jersey, to say he's dialed in, that is an absolute understatement. He was rock solid in both halves of the home-and-home against the Marauders last week. He looks to carry that momentum. This Delaware team, the boys are buzzing. They look to carry their momentum into the first half of a weekend set, taking on St. Joe's tonight, and then Penn will make the trip to Fred Rust Arena tomorrow for the second half of the weekend set. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. And the Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. Schedule your free consultation at injuryde.com. The law office of Heather A. Long, official personal injury attorney of the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with opening introductions in just a few minutes. You're watching the Delaware Hockey Network on the 412, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
The Delaware Blue Hens on a 5-game winning streak, emerging from the dressing room as they kick off a 2-game weekend here at Fred Rust Arena, taking on the Hawks of St. Joseph's University from the main line of Philadelphia. James Witherite joining you on the Delaware Hockey Network here on the 412. As we kick off a 5-game weekend here on the DHN. Just this one today. A triple header tomorrow. The AAU, the women, and the men's Division II teams all on home ice. And then we'll have the women on ice again on Sunday. Say the women on the ice again on Sunday as they'll take on the Philadelphia Junior Flyers U19 team in a non-ACHA matchup. Right now, we're going to take you inside the glass as we meet tonight's starting lineups. Hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division II regular season matchup between the visiting Hawks of St. Joseph's University and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the St. Joseph's Hawks, starting in goal, number 30, Bryce Sullivan. On defense, number 6, Shane Wilson. And number 44, Peter Borman. Starting at left wing, number 16, Neil Kudehi. At right wing, number 74, Michael Brazil. And starting at center, number 24, James Carpenter. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting between the pipes, a senior from Long Beach Township, New Jersey, number 33, Joey Hooper. On defense, a senior from Staten Island, New York, number 3, Pat Flaherty. And a senior from Greenville, South Carolina, number 28, Sean Lipinski. Starting at right wing, a freshman from Wilmington, Delaware, number 25, Leighton DeMasters. At center, a senior from Huntington, New York, number 16, Dimitri Mahalios. And starting at left wing, a junior from Livingston, New Jersey, number 10, Austin Vecchio. Your Blue Hens are coached by Vince Falkowski, assisted by Bob Stroik and Dylan Green. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Rob Savastano and DJ Mark, and linesmen James Mandel and Nathan Clack. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And with pregame introductions in the rearview mirror, it's time to play the game. The Delaware Blue Hens in their home white sweaters, blue helmets, blue pants will move left to right in opening period play. The Hawks of St. Joe's in their away reds. Black numbers, the old Calgary Flames number font from roundabout the turn of the century. And we're just about set. For Friday night hockey, off we go from Fred Rust Arena. Flaherty back behind his own goal line, plays this up to Sean Lipinski up the left wing boards, but not out. This was held in from the right point by defenseman Shane Wilson, thrown into traffic, batted down by Hooper, and now cleared by DeMasters up the right wing boards. Mahalios pursues to the blue line. Kadehi pulls back into St. Joe's territory. He tries to let this puck go into neutral ice. Kadehi's with it again. Off his backhand after gaining the red line. He shovels this in to the Delaware zone. It's played out by Dimitri Mahalios. From behind his own goal, the carom shot up the near side leads to a Leighton DeMasters breakout, which was batted about belled high across neutral ice by Carpenter. He trails back to his own bench for a changing of the guard, and the Blue Hens getting some fresh legs on as well. This worked through neutral ice, and play is whistled dead with a Hawks player down to 68 seconds into the first period. He's slow to get to his feet. And the face-off after the stoppage of play. Will come to the left of the St. Joe's goal. There's the Jake Quinn line. Quinn with Olensky and Polchlapek come on for this shift. Centering pass from Olensky was blocked away. Quinn recovers at center, dishes the puck to his right through traffic. It's walked in by Pat Olensky, marked by Ebersol on his way toward the cage. Ebersol stands up Olensky's attack, emerges with the puck. And again, the Hawks clear. Cross-ice pass finds Robert Romarino, who gets this the rest of the way into Delaware territory. Quinn could not poke it past Masanova. This thrown net front, covered by Hooper for a pause. 18 minutes, 11 seconds to go in first period play. And the face-off comes to the right of Joey Hooper. Flom and across from Corey Long. Hens with the face-off win. The transition play, though, stunted in the neutral zone as Greco tried to advance the puck up ice to Nick Lawson. The counterattacks on Aiden Linsow's shot into the pads of Joey Hooper. And now Delaware on the recovery. Breakout pass from Flom sails past Greco. This is launched in from distance. It was by St. Joseph's Jacob Lulek. We tell you those black sleeve numbers, almost impossible to read from distance on those red sleeves. So we'll do the best we can with player identification, especially on the far side of the rink, as now Linsow fires a diagonal breakout pass beyond the reach of Kuba. Flaherty recovers for Delaware. Cross-ice feed to Milsarek, advanced up the right wing boards, but beyond the reach of Lawson. This is turned back from the St. Joe's blue line by Borman and dumped in behind the Delaware goal. The puck rings to the far side where Ethan Sharp tries to bat it free. Wilson holds the point. He throws the puck into a congested slot. It was blocked off the skate of Pat Flaherty. Lawson fails to clear. He was pickpocketed by Borman near side. O'Rourke tries to keep the zone airtight at the left point. Puck is tied up 7 feet in from the blue line. A two-a-side battle sees Ethan Sharp pitchfork this free, but not out. And this will be whistled offside. 3 minutes and 23 seconds into opening period play. And there is no score between the Hawks and the Blue Hens. Sharp and Carpenter, top line centers from both sides. Contest the neutral zone draw, which sees the Hens work the puck from left to right. And they chase it down to the St. Joe's zone to establish attacking position. Michael Brazil could not clear. Pat Flaherty protected the point near side for Delaware. Sharp working the corner, swarmed by a second Hawk defender. He leaves this to Flaherty. Long shot! Moving through traffic was sticked away by Sullivan to the far wall. Opposite side chance came from the South Carolinian Sean Lipinski, but it was paddled away just the same. And out come the Hawks now, generating a 3-on-2 counterattack. Here a shot from Kadehi is caught and held by Joey Hooper. 4 minutes and 3 seconds gone in opening period action. And we'll see this rapid-fire counterattack again on the 412 Communications instant replay as Joey Hooper records his 4th save of the night. We're only 4 minutes and 15 seconds into the hockey game. Face-off coming to center after the puck was knocked out of play. This won by Gross over the center ice logo across from Dimitri Mahalios. Engelman clears. Vecchio could not split St. Joe's defenders to maintain Delaware's momentum. This was steered beyond his reach by Gross. Now played across ice by Ebersol. Ahead to Kuba through neutral territory. Romarino works this behind the cage. Buckman recovers. Vecchio pursues, but he can't get to the puck in time. It was thrown in by Maratea working the right point. Here come the Hens with a 3-on-3 counterattack. Net front feed to Masters. Couldn't jam one in net front. Sealing off the near post. That was Sullivan. DeMasters looking for time and space. Got tied up, trailing toward the blue line by Robert Romarino. He clears. The Hawks change. And Buckman is back in the Delaware end to recover. Joey Engelman back to Buckman. Cross ice, tape to tape, outlet pass, hit Mahalios' stick, but it was taken away just as quickly by Lulek. Delaware will change as Engelman steadies in the near corner after the dump in from the Hawks. Polchlepek, centering pass, fanned on by Quinn. Loose puck corralled by Linso, and he bulldozes up the right wing boards. Odd man rush for the Hawks. Linso crashes the net. He got a shot away, but it was just wide. Recovering for Delaware, Brendan Fleming, freshman from Newark, Delaware. He leaves this to Hubert Polchlepek. Right now, C.J. Milsarek and Brendan Fleming on the ice for the Blue Hens. 6th and 7th defenseman on the depth chart for Vince Falkowski's Blue Hens squad. And we've got to say, the bottom end of the depth chart for Delaware has really stepped up their game in a big way over the past couple weeks. They're really doing a good job finding their rhythm. They've risen to this level of play admirably, especially as this team has gelled over the last few games. Polchlepek lofts this puck nearly to center. It was batted by McCabe back in over the Delaware line. Quinn bodied down, trying to cut through a congested slot. Chases the puck to the corner. He leaves this to Polchlepek, who turns and shoots, but it's saved again by Bryce Sullivan. We're 7 minutes into period number 1. 1-on-3 counterattack, a high and wide shot from Riley McCabe, ricocheted off the back glass. Here's Polchlepek the other way. Some fancy footwork to try to get around Borman in the low slot, but he ran out of real estate and lost the puck in the corner. Again, the Hawks clear. Milsarek to Flaherty. Advance to Lawson. Touch pass to Flom, accelerating up the right wing boards. Flom puts on the brakes at the half wall. He carries this to the high slot. He lets one go, and he scores! Josh Flom lights the lamp. 7 minutes and 37 seconds into the first period. Delaware draws first blood, and Flom's got his first of the year. Here it comes again, Josh Flom. Off the advancing pass from Flaherty. And we'll get the particulars from downstairs. It was Flom with the shot. He won't get his first of the season as Anthony Greco tipped that one in. And the Delaware Blue Hens have a 1-0 lead. So Greco with the tip. As he posts up net front. Flom does get the primary assist, and Pat Flaherty with a help or two. Oh, Delaware goal! His second of the season. Scored by number 8, Anthony Greco! Assisted by number 5, Josh Flom. And number 3, Pat Flaherty. Time of the goal, 7:37 of the first period. And the Hens get another. Brian Kramer this time. As Delaware doubles up the Hawks. And we're not even midway through the first. Again, it comes on the 412 Communications Instant Replay. Stam with the centering pass. And Brian Kramer on the doorstep bangs home his 5th of the season to make this a 2-0 hockey game. Recapping Delaware's first goal by rule. Greco's second from Flom and Flaherty at 7:37 in the first. Delaware's second goal, 5th of the season, scored by number 14, Brian Kramer. Assisted by number 11, Brendan Stam. And number 15, Ethan Sharp. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 16 seconds in the first period. Kramer's 5th from Stam and Sharp at 9:16. Talking with Ethan Sharp prior to the game, he commented the boys are buzzing everybody in practice all week long. The energy's been high. The passes are crisp. They're hitting the tape. The energy is apparent right here as the Hens bounce out with 2 rapid-fire goals to set the tone in this hockey game as we just now have passed the midpoint of the first period. 2-0 Delaware as we work to the 11-minute mark. Vecchio foils the attempt of Corey Long to cut through the slot. This is steered by Lipinski up the far wall. Mahalios couldn't chase it down. Maratea protected territory, at least briefly so, for the Hawks. And they'll get an attacking zone face-off coming up as this will come back and icing with 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the first period. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-LONG or visit injuryde.com. The Law Office of Heather A. Long, official personal injury attorney of the Delaware Hockey Network. 8.5 to go in period number 1. And this will be an icing the other way, it appears. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. The mighty Jake Quinn in across from long. Hens trying to capitalize on a 1-3 mismatch in the face-off circle. Of course, NCAA rulebook applies in ACHA competition, so the offending team on an icing not afforded the opportunity to change players. The non-offending team, of course, is. Quinn's shot from the top of the right circle on the re-entry was blocked. Ebersol plays this behind his own net to Linso. He ricochets the puck up the right wing boards to Zane O'Rourke. O'Rourke, mid-zone, got tied up by the reaching stick of Lipinski. This is steered behind the net toward Polchlapek, but he was stood up by Jack Moore. Back this comes. Advancing up the left wing wall from the Quinn feed was Olensky. To Polchlapek, he shoots! Crossing to the near post for the save was Sullivan. Ehrlich steps up to hold the left point off the failed clearing attempt from Lulek. Polchlapek steals a loose puck deep in the St. Joe's zone. He tried to set up Quinn in a congested slot. Mielcerek barely holds the right point. He rolls this puck behind the cage. Olensky stood up just below the cage. He tried to feed back to Mielcerek, but that pass was intercepted by Moore and subsequently worked across neutral territory. Ehrlich hustles back deep into his own zone to keep the puck away from McCabe and try to work it clear. Mielcerek throws one up the middle. It is tipped by Olensky from just above the St. Joe's blue line, the rest of the way into Hawk territory, and that enables the Hens, who lead 2-0 13 minutes and 8 seconds into the contest, to get some fresh legs on the ice. Lulek beyond McCabe. Lawson recovers. Mielcerek flips the puck over the reaching stick of Jack Moore to establish attacking position again for the Hens. Lawson holding the right point. Throws the puck off the far corner boards. Flaherty could not maintain. This is swatted away. 1-on-2 the other direction. And the shot in close from James Carpenter was bothered from astern and subsequently saved by Joey Hooper for his 5th stop of the evening. Neutral zone turnover for the Hens. This puck taken away by Flaherty as Brazil pursued. Brazil tried to play the body on Mielcerek, but he turns the puck back below the goal, around to the near side. Lawson hassled by Borman. The centering feed, nobody home. C.J. Mielcerek has plenty of time and space to work up ice and gain the St. Joe's line. First penalty of the game coming with 5:45 to go in the opening period. Which way is this one going to go? We will find out together. Looks like it's going to be Mielcerek, the guilty party. And he is off for tripping, says Rob Savastano. So for the first time tonight, the Delaware Blue Hens find themselves on the Delaware Trash Can Cleaning Power Play. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Delaware penalty assessed to number 2, C.J. Mielcerek. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 15 seconds in the first period. Mielcerek 2 for tripping at 14:15. This was held in by Ebersol at the right point. Cycle to Wilson. Back high to Ebersol. Ebersol confronted by Stam, Kramer, Buckman, and Engelman. The other trio of Blue Hens on this PK unit. 5 minutes to go in the first period of a 2-0 hockey game. Delaware with the early advantage. Headman pass from Ebersol, tipped off the stick of Gross, who could not maintain territory. And another one's going to go. So with 4:47 remaining in the first period, matching penalties. to the tandem of Romarino and Buckman. And we'll get the rest of the story for you here momentarily. Play's going to stay 5-on-4. St. Joe's penalty assessed to number 50, Robert Romarino, 2 minutes for holding the stick. Delaware penalty assessed to number 26, Michael Buckman, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalties, 15 minutes, 13 seconds in the first period. Romarino, 2 for holding the stick. Buckman, 2 for cross-checking, both at 15-13. So play continues 5-on-4, and Kramer intercepts a cross-slot pass from Kadehi, which was intended for Brazil. Maratea behind his own goal. Flips this puck wide. Olensky could not break up the outlet pass. It's back on the stick of Maratea inside his own stripe. He's got time and space to accelerate up the left wing boards. He shoots from distance. Right into the Joey Hooper glove for a pause with 4:07 to go in period number 1. Hawks protect off the attacking zone face-off. The shot from Kadehi from just inside the right dot was kicked aside by Hooper and subsequently cleared out of harm's way. Maratea to Brazil. Brazil up the middle. Carries this puck back in to Delaware territory. He gets stood up in the mid-slot by Flaherty. Carpenter looks to maintain the Hawks' momentum. We're back to full strength with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first period of what's a 2-0 hockey game. Advantage Delaware. Delayed penalty coming up. It will be against St. Joe's. Hooper is off. Extra attacker is on. Flaherty to Lipinski. Lipinski, hard shot. Caught and held by Sullivan. And the first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the evening comes our way. At the 16:49 mark of the opening period, we'll learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's commitment to health and wellness for athletes of all ages and abilities at desportsmed.com. St. Joe's penalty assessed to number 13, Christian Masanova. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 16 minutes 49 seconds in the first period. Masanova 2 for holding at 16:49. Puck was tied up directly behind the Delaware goal. Here comes Austin Vecchio streaking up the middle. He crosses to the left dots and puts on the brakes after gaining the zone. This is dropped back to Polchlepek. To Flaherty. Back to Polchlepek, trailing over to the right point. Cross-ice pass just inside the line. Vecchio to Quinn. Backhand shot was blocked. This is taken away by Kyle Gross. He races past center. He tries to stick handle his way past the back-checking Hubert Polchlepek, but gets stood up 20 feet inside the blue line, and he turns the puck over. Hens looking to add a third with the man advantage for the next 45 seconds. Second wave filtering on. Vecchio to DeMasters. Back to Vecchio, the forechecking pressure. The form of Neil Kadehi ultimately beaten as the Hens work back up ice. 100 seconds to go in the first period. Vecchio to Kramer. They play keep away along the left wing boards. Vecchio just protecting the point after Michael Brazil nearly stole the puck right in front of his own bench. Final 15 on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Brazil forces the Hens back into the neutral zone. Unable to regroup, DeMasters stripped of the puck, and it's cleared hard up the right wing boards as we work to the final 72 of opening period play. So a successful kill from St. Joe's. Both teams 1 for 1 on the PK. But the Hens with the momentum advantage as we enter the final minute of play in the first period, and this will come back an icing. Speaking of momentum in the Blue Hens' favor, another attacking zone face-off here with 56 seconds to go. In the opening frame, will all but ensure they carry their attacking momentum into the dressing rooms for the first intermission. Engelman's shot from high in the zone was right into the pads of Sullivan. Buckman lets one rip off the Greco feed from the right point, but his shot was off its target, missing the far post by a good couple feet. Flom tries to bulldoze his way past Shane Wilson in an attempt to clog up the slot. Wraparound chance from Flom. This is sealed off and covered by Sullivan for the pause. Face-off coming to the left of Bryce Sullivan with 28 seconds to go in the first period. Fourth line, the first goal-scoring combination for Delaware today. Greco with his second of the season. Redirecting the Flom shot, and they stay on for the attacking zone draw. Buckman tried to work one toward Josh Flom in the low slot, but the pass was intercepted by Corey Long. Buckman won the foot race to a loose puck in the near corner after Long directed it deep into Delaware territory. Lawson offers support. This is steered behind the Delaware goal to Joey Engelman as we come to the final 5 seconds of the opening period. Buckman's going to hold, and that, friends, will do it for the first 20 minutes. At the end of one period, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 2, St. Joseph's Hawks 0. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside the Delaware Hockey Network. Welcome back to Fred Rust Arena. 20 minutes in the books. The Delaware Blue Hens with a 2-0 lead over St. Joe's, and we'll show you how they got there. 7 minutes and 37 seconds into the first period. Josh Flom bringing the puck to the high slot, letting one rip from 35 feet, and Anthony Greco tips it past Bryce Sullivan to score his second goal of the season. Not even 2 minutes later. Centering pass from Brendan Stam. Put the puck on a T-net front for Brian Kramer. Denied by Sullivan the first time round, but on the second occasion, he jams it past to make this a 2-0 hockey game. Shots 12-7 in Delaware's favor for the first 20 minutes of this hockey game. Fourth line and first line both on the score sheet for the Blue Hens. Off we go in the second. If you're just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network, the Blue Hens in their home whites traveling right to left in second period play. St. Joe's in their away red kits. Getting a goal just 15 seconds into the second period as Neil Kadehi tracks down a loose puck in the blue paint and gets one past Hooper to cut the Delaware lead in half. St. Joseph's goal, his fourth of the season, scored by number 16, Neil Kadehi, assisted by number 6, Shane Wilson, and number 74, Michael Brazil. Time of the goal, 15 seconds in the second period. Kadehi's fourth from Wilson and Brazil at 15 seconds. So the Delaware lead cut in half with a minute gone here in the second period. Buckman cannot clear his own zone. This was recovered by Carpenter, thrown in by Maratea, and sticked over the glass and out of play by Joey Hooper with 76 seconds elapsed in period number 2. Face-off will come to the left of Joey Hooper, who stopped all 7 first-period shots that he faced. Kyle Grossen for the draw, across from Josh Flom for Delaware. This controlled by St. Joe's off the draw, but quickly taken away by Greco. Fourth line getting some good momentum here for Delaware, as Greco, in search of his second goal of the game, gets a point-blank shot away, but it was sticked down and away by Sullivan, and Fleming failed to protect the left point. Play migrating back to neutral territory. Hens dump in, and the Hawks work from left to right. This is Gross up the right wing boards. Off the feed from Ebersol, shot off the post. Puck bounces into the far corner of the Delaware end. Flom tries to walk it through traffic, but he's stonewalled by Gross just inside the line. Mielcerek pulls back behind his own goal. Greco Dipsy doodles around 2-3 Hawk defenders. He sets up a 3-on-2 entry. His shot from the top of the left circle was steered wide and directed out of play. 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Gone in the second period. You're on a Friday night at Fred Rust Arena, and we've got lots of hockey to share as the weekend progresses here at Fred Rust Arena. Looking at tomorrow's schedule alone, a triple header on the Delaware Hockey Network. Men's AAU Delaware team taking on Farmingdale in the second half of a weekend set. The women are in action against Penn, and these Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hens will square off against the Quakers at 7:45 p.m., 4:45 for those of you joining us on the West Coast, in our Delaware Hockey Network Saturday triple header. Stam recovers, pulls back behind his own goal under forechecking duress from Corey Long. Lipinski clears to Stam. Stam changes direction. Kramer heads to the slot. Stam with the shot off the pads of Bryce Sullivan. Kramer controls the rebound. He leaves this puck to Lipinski at the right point. His shot was off target. Sharp and Linso scrap for the puck in the near corner. A two-a-side battle now joined by Kramer, who tries to walk this in toward the cage, but he got cut off on his way there. Flaherty let a shot rip from distance. O'Rourke turned up the pressure on him and forced that one off its intended line. This comes back to Stam. Hard long shot was wide. Flaherty tied up mid-zone. Taking the puck away was O'Rourke. He lofts this up the near side, and it will come back and icing, with 3 minutes and 18 seconds elapsed in the second period of a 2-1 game, Delaware leading St. Joe's. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont. Open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky, the official beef brisket of the Delaware Hockey Network. Buckman's shot caught and held by Sullivan for the pause. Face-off coming to Sullivan's left. Mahalios in across from Carpenter. DeMasters takes aim from the top of the circle off the shot, but he couldn't weave one through heavy traffic toward the cage. This is studied by Brazil. He lofts a wobbling puck beyond center, overskated by Carpenter. DeMasters recovers to lead a 3-on-3 re-entry for the Hens, but he's angled to the far wall and bodied into the boards by Borman. Mahalios offers good support. He turns at the base of his own bench, trying to cut for some space. Buckman holds the point off a near takeaway. Cross-ice feed to Engelman. The pass back across the line was tipped back into the neutral zone. Buckman recovers, but he gives it away just over the St. Joe's stripe. Borman takes a check into his own bench, but he's able to dump the puck back into the Delaware end. Outlet pass from Engelman to Mahalios, who blew a tire in pursuit of the puck. Holding the point off the failed St. Joe's clear was Buckman. He heads off for the fresh legs of Jake Ehrlich to take his place as play migrated deeper into Hawks territory. Ehrlich has to hustle now on the defensive, as driving up the left wing boards for St. Joe's and unable to cut through traffic below the cage. That was Neil Kadehi, the lone goal scorer for the Hawks. 5 minutes gone in period number 2. Hi, hello, good evenings going out to Johnny Tomaitis and Matt Crane, pair of Delaware Men's Division II alumni, tuning in right now. And, of course, our thoughts with St. Joe's general manager and fellow official Hugh Walsh, wherever he may be. Hopefully joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network as well. A couple rapid-fire saves from Joey Hooper bring us to a pause in play, nearing the 6-minute mark of the second period. A name familiar to DHN viewers over the past few seasons. Alumnus of the Salesianum School, Trevor Stimmel, centering the fourth line for the Hawks. But ultimately it's the Blue Hens who get the better of the D-zone faceoff and come careening back into St. Joe's territory. Polchlepek found himself outnumbered in the near corner. Olensky maintaining the momentum for the Hens to Fleming. Olensky touch pass to Quinn. He tried to center toward Olensky cutting toward the dot, but that pass was intercepted. Quinn perseveres. He shoots from 25. That puck ricochets, off the crossbar and out. You don't see that too often. Right off the iron, over the glass, over the netting, and all the way out of play. Whew. So as the shot originated on the near half of the ice, the face-off to resume play will take place in the same spot. Quinn and Gross to take the draw. Won by Gross. Lulek clears up the middle as far as the Delaware line. Fleming steers this to Quinn. Advanced now by Olensky. Centering pass too hard for Polchlepek to handle. He was marked in the low slot by the back-checking Aiden Linso. Again, those black sleeve numbers on the red St. Joe's sweaters. Not the easiest to read from distance. The long shot was stopped by Hooper. Follow-up chance came from Lulek. Off the cross-ice feed, another Joey Hooper save. His 12th on 13 total shots faced. Polchlepek up the middle, 1-on-2. Polchlepek gets stood up by Linso in the slot. Linso recovers for the Hawks. And Romarino flips the puck up ice ahead to Masanova. A double-team Christian Masanova lazily throws this in. Hooper with the save and some Friday night extracurriculars brought to a screeching halt by the Lions people with 12:35 to go in the second period. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important. And our good friends at Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Long confronted by Lipinski. Enough pressure to force the takeaway. Lawson into a 1-on-3. Shoots wide from the right dot while surrounded by red sweaters. Borman is met by Lawson in the far corner. Long pitchforking away at the puck for St. Joe's. Now he's got it trapped in the far corner. Borman with more space to operate. Plays this behind his own net. We're crossing over Josh Flom. Recovers for Delaware. His shot from the left dot was well wide. Puck ricocheted off the backboards to the right half while it was launched in by Flaherty. That one a little bit better on target, but still headed wide despite Sullivan getting a piece of it. 8.5 into the second period of a 2-1 hockey game. Advantage the Delaware Blue Hens. Flaherty through traffic, and a second goal from Greco as he puts away the rebound. It's a 3-1 Delaware lead. Greco with his third of the season and second of the game. Long shot from Flaherty at the point. In off the pads of Bryce Sullivan, and Greco all alone on the doorstep. Finished what Flaherty began to make this 3-1. What's the old adage? Go to the net and good things happen. A Delaware goal! His third of the season, second of the game, scored by number 8, Anthony Greco. Assisted by number 3, Patrick Flaherty. And number 12, Nick Lawson. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 32 seconds in the second period. Greco's third, second of the game from Flaherty and Lawson at 8:32. Looking for a fourth, Stam tried to bring one into the flat, but this was sticked up and out in a congested slot with 10:07 to go here in the second. Hens with a 3-1 lead over the Hawks from St. Joe's. Face-off will come to the right of Bryce Sullivan, who's given up 3 on 17. Engelman unable to hold the point after his Blue Hens not successful in the face-off circle. Engelman wanted a call as he felt he got taken down off the play. But Messrs. Savastano and Mark, of the belief there was no effect on the development of play, this will come back an icing against the Blue Hens. So just beyond halfway, 3-1 the score. Delaware leading St. Joe's in their first of 2 meetings this season. The other will take place on Philadelphia's main line at the Haverford Stadium. Old municipal facility. Here's a 2-on-0, make it a 3-on-0. And then the shot from Kyle Gross off the centering feed was turned aside by Joey Hooper. Back to the stadium. Municipal facility just outside Philadelphia proper. Ice resurface renovated this summer, and always one of our favorite stops as far as the Scholastic Circuit is concerned. And home rink 2 for the St. Joe's Hawks. 9:08 remaining in the second. Face-off coming to the right of Bryce Sullivan. This one goes St. Joe's way. Zane O'Rourke from just above the Delaware blue line launched the puck toward the Delaware cage. It was well wide. Mielceric takes a check. Trying to work the puck clear was Polchlepek. This comes back to C.J. Mielceric in the far corner. Taken away from him by Trevor Stimmel. Centering pass and a goal from Corey Long brings St. Joe's back to within 1. So Corey Long goes top shelf on Hooper to get his second of the season. How does this materialize? We'll see it again on the 412 comms replay. Stimmel knows those bounces off the backboards. He's played enough at this rink. He was able to read that puck and set up Long in the slot for his second of the season. St. Joseph's goal, his second of the season, scored by number 10, Corey Long. Assisted by number 28, Trevor Stimmel. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 13 seconds in the second period. Long's second from Stimmel at 11:13. 8:08 to go in the second period of a 3-2 hockey game. It was 2-0, then 2-1, then 3-1, now 3-2. In this back and forth second period, the Hawks finding their momentum And the Hens not upholding their end of the bargain as things get a little dicey after the Hooper save. Coming at it again. Hooper with the denial. And then the gathering of college-age boys to follow. Ethan Sharp in for the draw across from James Carpenter. Puck is down, play resumes. Hens could not clear off the draw. A rip from center point, and Lulek blocked in heavy net front congestion. Sharp chips the puck beyond the reach of Carpenter and works this back up ice, but beyond the reach of Brian Kramer. It is taken away by Linso, driven back by Stam into the St. Joe's end. It stays right side. Kramer couldn't reel it in. 3-on-2 the other way. Carpenter tried to chip the puck in toward the goal line. It was taken away by the back-checking Joey Engelman. Studied by Sharp. Worked by Buckman to Stam. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Hens on the re-entry. Stam tries to stick handle. Backhand shot made it on net. Sullivan with the pad save dropping to the butterfly. And this will come back in icing. With 6:52 to go in the second period, Delaware looked to get a little separation as Anthony Greco recorded his second goal of the night. But not 3 minutes later, Corey Long pots his second of the year to bring St. Joe's back within striking range. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So, how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team, and your fans. Broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between. Yes, even Washington, Pennsylvania. Let's talk about how to get you noticed. 412communications.com. And the Hawks just put up a third. Here it comes on the replay. It was Michael Brazil getting his fourth of the year. Off the cross-ice pass from Kadehi. And we'll get the rest of the story here for you momentarily. Hens get one back just like that. So a back and forth game, and the fourth line making it happen in a big way for Delaware. As Nick Lawson, the St. Mark's Spartan, puts the Hens back in front. St. Joseph's third goal, fourth of the season, scored by number 74, Michael Brazil. Assisted by number 16, Neil Kadehi, and number 21, Jacob Lulek. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 35 seconds in the second period. Brazil's fourth from Kadehi and Lulek at 13:35. Delaware's fourth goal, second of the season, scored by number 12, Nick Lawson. Assisted by number 23, Brendan Fleming. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 59 seconds in the second period. Lawson's second from Fleming at 13:59. So a second period not lacking for excitement. As these teams have combined for 5 second period goals, and this will be called back an offside. As mentioned about the new gold standard for modern media, if you want to know more, visit us at 412communications.com. First world broadcasting problems when there are no media timeouts. Trying to wedge the ad reads in and lulls in play. Sometimes you get burnt. And the St. Joe's equalizer from Michael Brazil certainly fits that bill. So the Hens back in front after their lead was washed away. Nick Lawson giving the fourth line their third goal of the night. And now they're going to head to the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill with 4:35 to go in the second period. The officials gathering for a more involved conversation. And we'll see what's ultimately determined by Messrs. Mark and Savastano. And Polchlepek's going to go. Oh my. Is it going to be 5 and he'll come back at the start of the third period, or is it going to be 5 in a shower? It's going to be the latter. There is no requirement for a player to serve the major. But Brendan Fleming is going to go anyway. So 5 in a game for Spearing on Polchlepek, and a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill will take us the rest of the way through the second period. Delaware penalty. Was assessed to number 17, Hubert Polchlepek. 5 minutes for Spearing and a game misconduct. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 25 seconds in the second period. Polchlepek, 5 for Spearing and a game misconduct at 15:25. 4 to go in the second period of a 4-3 game. Hens down a man for the next 4:17. Brazil behind his back. Leaves this puck to Maratea. His shot. Was tipped by Hooper. And the whistle sounds from Savastano for the stoppage. Face off to Hooper's left. With 3:46 to go in period number 2. Hard shot from Brazil. Saved by Hooper in traffic. Carpenter slowed up by Lipinski. Kadehi holding the line. Carpenter back to Kadehi. He shoots. Shot was blocked by Sharp, trying to finish on the doorstep. Masanova was canceled out by Sean Lipinski, clogging up the low slot. We're inside the final 200 seconds in the second period, and the Hens clear. Sharp, Vecchio, Lipinski, and Flaherty, the quartet of Delaware penalty killers. They're shorthanded for another 3.5. Vecchio blocks the puck back into the neutral zone after Ebersol bobbled it at the left point. Ebersol trails back into his own zone. To Gross, who's got space to accelerate up the right wing boards. He plays a hard carom shot into the far corner where Romarino cycles this around to the left point. That chance from distance off the Ebersol stick, right into the Hooper pads. 20th save on 23 shots. 2.5 to go in the second. Romarino denied from 25 feet by Joey Hooper. Give and go and a shot from the left dot. Kyle Gross could not get past Hooper from 25 feet. The Hens clear and the Hens change. 2:08 to go in the second period. Half of the penalty has expired. Taking aim from distance was Aiden Linso. Joey Hooper coming up with the save, and we've got a man down. Looks like Austin Vecchio is slow to get up. And we're going to go to break.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery.
Now coming back, Jake Ehrlich. Was ushered to the penalty box. Getting a 10-minute misconduct at the 18:01 mark of the second period. Delaware penalty assessed to number 13, Jake Ehrlich, a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 1 second in the second period. Ehrlich, 10-minute misconduct at 18:01. Final 70 of a game, or of a second period, I should say, that's getting increasingly chippy. Maratea from the dot. Shot deflected into the netting and out of play. Friends, whether you're a competitive athlete like these gentlemen or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. Final 40 of the second period. Hens clinging to a tenuous 4-3 lead, and they foil the Hawks' breakout. Ebersol drives the puck in from the blue line. He chases it to the near corner. He was able to beat Flaherty pretty handily in the race to the puck. Wilson backhands the puck deeper into the zone. It is taken away from Romarino and backhanded clear along the far wall. Final 12 here in the second period. Puck is tipped above the Delaware blue line by Gross, pursued in the near corner. Greco tries to tie it up as we come to the final 3 seconds of the second period. Time runs out before Wilson can shoot, and that does it for the first 40. At the end of 2 periods, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 4, St. Joseph's Hawks 3. We'll be back after the second intermission on the Delaware Hockey Network.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
To call the second period of this game back and forth would be an understatement. Hens build up a 2-goal lead. Hawks took it away. Hens got one back with 6 minutes to go, but they start this third period shorthanded. Looking at St. Joe's game-tying goal, it was this centering pass from Neil Kadehi, leading to Michael Brazil's fourth of the season. That made it 3-3 at the 13:35 mark of the second period. 24 seconds later, Nick Lawson responds to give the Hens the go-ahead goal. But here as we prepare to start the third period, the Blue Hens are down a man for another 25 seconds. And they'll have to go the rest of the night without the services of Hubert Polchlepek, who was given the gate for a spear on a St. Joe's reserve player at the 15:25 mark. Of the second period. Brendan Stam awaiting his adversary at the face-off circle. Kramer, Lipinski, and Flaherty, the others on. And it will be James Carpenter to win the initial draw in the third period for the St. Joseph's Hawks. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box. Here on the Delaware Hockey Network this evening, St. Joe's working right to left in their away reds, Delaware in their home whites, moving from left to right here in third period play. Delaware back to full strength after a successful kill. Here's a 2-on-1 facilitated by Sharp. Stam stick lifted from astern by Carpenter as he crashed the net. Lipinski holding the left point off his backhand, rolls the puck to Kramer. Bodied by Maratea in the far corner. This is left back to Lipinski, thrown through traffic, looked like Stam directed one on net, but it was batted out of harm's way by Sullivan, and play is whistled dead by Rob Savastano with 19:02 to go in regulation. Hand pass against St. Joe's. And Carpenter and Stam meet again. Carpenter wins this draw. He's bodied hard by a Lipinski hip check right at the Delaware blue line. And as such, the Hawks are forced to regroup in their own zone. 80 seconds gone of the third period of a 4-3 game. Delaware with the advantage over the St. Joe's Hawks. Gross could not maintain control of the puck. It comes back to Flaherty. Midway into the Delaware zone, across to D partner Lipinski. They pull back behind their own cage. Now Flaherty tried to let one go toward Leighton DeMasters, and it will come back all the way in icing with 18:18 to go. Face-off spotted to the right of Joey Hooper. Hens forced to keep their existing manpower on. Dimitri Mahalios and Kyle Gross, the second-line centers. Met for the face-off to the right of Hooper, who faced 20 total shots in the second period, and 3 of them squeaked by. DeMasters holds the line on the re-entry for the Hens. Cross-ice feed to Engelman. He floats one off his backhand to Vecchio in the far corner. Around the horn, this goes from DeMasters to Mahalios below the cage. Hens working the perimeter of the zone. Buckman, the shot from Vecchio off the headman pass, was kicked up and away by Sullivan. and contested now at the base of the St. Joe's bench. A two-a-side battle for the puck developing. It was nearly cleared out by Gross, but Vecchio held the point first time round. Ultimately, it was driven clear and walked back in up the middle by Leighton DeMasters. DeMasters sticked at high on the zone by Jackson Shanahan. Could not maintain the zone. Buckman recovers at center for Delaware as we near the 3-minute mark in the third period of a 4-3 hockey game. This is Buckman to Stam. Stam shoots from distance, right into the breadbasket of Bryce Sullivan, and he holds for the pause with 17:08 to go in regulation. Delaware trying to reestablish momentum and try to build this 4-3 lead for a little bit of breathing room as this game works around the far turn into the top of the stretch. Stam pressured by Long and steered to the far corner. This covered by Sullivan for the pause. Third line on, Quinn winning the draw. Brendan Stam working double duty as he's on the left wing for this third line, and Olensky shifted to the right. We wondered how the Polchlapek vacancy would be filled. Right now, Stam working overtime. Ehrlich out of action for another 4.5 minutes and change. Olensky finds Quinn on the breakout. 1-on-2, make it a 2-on-3 for Delaware. Quinn tied up by Trevor Stimmel with the stick lift and the subsequent clear of a wobbling puck back to center. Lipinski waits for Quinn to tag up. He flips this to Flaherty, accelerating up the right wing boards and back in. The centering feed to Lawson. Too hard for the former St. Mark's Spartan to handle. He gives the puck away to Linso behind the cage, protected by Quinn for Delaware. He could not connect with Flaherty behind the cage, and this is played out of harm's way by Kadei, thrown back in from just over the St. Joe's blue line. Pursuing is Lawson. The Hens will change otherwise. Nick Lawson looking for his second. Surrounded by red sweaters. Gave way. Flom recovers in neutral ice. Near side pass to Flaherty. Headman does connect with Lawson despite pressure from Carpenter right at the blue line. Lawson threw the puck toward the cage. He was bodied into the corner boards by James Carpenter, and that puck skitters to the far corner of the St. Joe's end. Lawson bobbles behind the net. This is cleared by Carpenter. Puck lofted through neutral ice. He could not bring it down. Lipinski tied up in the far corner. Greco, who has 2 goals on the evening, reaching for that puck. He controls it, and he floats it clear to Brian Kramer. Here's a 1-on-1 for Delaware. Greco to Kramer, but Kramer trying to cut through the top of the slot, gave way to a Peter Borman poke check and lost his momentum in search of a 5th Delaware goal. We have just passed the 5:20 mark of the third period. Delaware 4, St. Joe's 3 from Fred Rust Arena, and the Hens will be back on home ice tomorrow evening at 7:45 Eastern when they take on the Quakers of the University of Pennsylvania. The Anthony Greco shot rang off the pads of Sullivan. This is Brazil the other way with the dump and chase. He and Buckman collide in the near corner. Sharp could not work the puck clear for Delaware as he was swarmed by Kyle Gross. Stam's got more time and space at the far side, but he is guilty of an icing with 13:59 remaining in the third period of a 4-3 game. Delaware Blue Hens with a tenuous lead. And a D-zone faceoff coming up. Hens had the advantage in the faceoff circle with Brendan Stam on across Kyle Gross. Ultimately, though, the Hawks maintained their momentum, but were unable to generate anything despite good puck movement inside the tops of the circles. Ebersol gained center, long shot, Not the cleanest of saves by Joey Hooper, but effective just the same. He kept the puck in front of him. It was cleared out of a hot kitchen by the Hens decor. Stam lofts a cross-ice pass through the neutral zone. DeMasters could not chase it down. He was beaten to it by Ebersol along the near dashers in St. Joe's territory. Sharp hustles off for a change. Now the second line is on in full. This is an icing the other way. And it will be Delaware who gets the attacking zone draw with 13:06 remaining in regulation and a 4-3 lead over the Hawks of St. Joe's. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. No icing directly off a face-off, so Fleming had to chase that puck the entire way up ice. And the Hens are back on the attack. It was Vecchio to DeMasters. The skip pass through the high slot was disrupted by a couple St. Joe's sticks. Vecchio, overpowered by Lulek, gave way back to center. Mahalios to Flaherty. He gains red before dumping in. Hens getting some fresh legs on at the 12:22 to go mark in the third period of a 4-3 hockey game. This is Shanahan off the feed from Linso, but the shot was well wide. St. Joe's only with one shot on goal here in the third period after putting 3 up in the second. Mahalios stood up by Corey Long, could not escape his own zone. DeMasters plays this up the middle beyond Dimitri's reach, and it is recovered by St. Joe's Peter Borman at the blue line. Long shot, caught and held by Hooper with 11:50 remaining in the contest. His Blue Hens hanging on for dear life to that 4-3 lead as they look for a 6th win in a row. The mighty Quinn across from James Carpenter. Quinn not only wins the faceoff, but he facilitates the zone clear just above the blue line. This is volleyed back by Wilson. Flaherty and Carpenter converge in the near corner. Brazil double teamed at the far wall after emerging from below the goal. He was pushed high in the zone by the South Carolinian Sean Lipinski. 11:20 remaining. Delaware 4, St. Joe's 3. Puck is tied up in the near corner of the Blue Hen zone. Trying to push this free was Kramer. Flaherty could not clear the zone. Borman held the point. Bobbling puck through congestion net front. Bounced wide of the far post. Brazil left this to Wilson at the far point. Back it comes now to Borman. Via Brazil high in the zone. Borman lost control of the puck in his skates. Recovering for the Hens was Flaherty, but he could not clear. Second time. This is kissed off the glass by Pat Flaherty. And the native of Richmond County does work this clear. The counterattack from the Hawks goes awry as Neil Kadehi plays the puck into the near netting. And out of bounds with 10:42 to go in regulation. Flauman for the face-off at center across from Kyle Gross. Fourth line on for Delaware, but they've accounted for 75% of the Hens' offensive productivity tonight. The bottom of the depth chart has really picked up their game in recent weeks. Centering pass from Flom intercepted by Massanova and cleared back to center ice. Buckman to Lawson. The Peninsula connection. Flom at the center of a two-a-side scrum below the goal. Knocks the puck free. There was space at the far side. Tipped by Buckman back in. Lawson, nearly the recipient of a centering pass from Flom. Got stick on puck, but he couldn't get a shot away as he was surrounded by a pair of Hawk defenders. We're past halfway in the third period. Delaware 4, St. Joe's 3, and this will come back an icing. Looking at what's ahead here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Triple header tomorrow. Delaware men's AAU Blue Hens take on Farmingdale at 1:30. The women take on Penn at 4:30. And this same Delaware men's Division II team will host the Quakers of Penn in the nightcap of our Saturday triple header. That going at 7:45 p.m. 9:20 remaining from Fred Rust Arena. In the lone game of our Saturday night, Bill. Shot from Stimmel was wide and caught by Hooper for the pause. Face-off will be marked to Joey Hooper's right. With Sharp and Carpenter to contest the draw right in front of the Delaware faithful. Brendan Fleming shoved off his feet in the far corner boards by Carpenter. Stam recovers the puck. Kramer plays this up the left wing boards. It caroms hard to the near corner from below the net. Sharp couldn't get a stick on it. Just above the corner boards, and Michael Brazil, who's got a goal and an assist for St. Joe's, comes back the other direction. Drop pass to Linso. Shot was blocked. Race for a loose puck. Stam gets tied up, trying to break free. Delayed penalty coming up. Rob Savastano's arm is up. The extra attacker is on. Centering pass from Kramer. Sharp shot. And the save by Bryce Sullivan brings play to a screeching halt with 8.5 minutes to go in regulation. And it's going to be a Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens, as Aiden Linso is ruled off for interference. Health and wellness for athletes of all ages and abilities, provided by Dr. Brad Bly and Delaware Sports Medicine. Learn more at desportsmed.com. St. Joe's penalty, assessed to number 42, Aiden Linso. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 30 seconds in the third period. Linso, 2 for interference at 11:30. With a 1-goal lead, Hens not yet switching into protect mode. A power play goal would do wonders for their momentum, which has been on eggshells the past few minutes. Vecchio could not drive his way in up the near boards. He was stood up by Borman at the St. Joe's blue line. Hooper's got to be careful coming out that far, especially with a pair of St. Joe's forecheckers in the Delaware zone. Olensky could not find Vecchio. Vecchio gaining space, puck poked away from him, races on for it, and it's recovered by Kadehi at the line. One-on-one, Kadehi walking in, backhand. No, he was wide. Nearly a short-handed goal for the Hawks to tie this up with 7 and change to go. Hooper was forced across post to post, but ultimately the shot from Neil Kadehi, looking for his second of the night, was off its intended target. So the Hens can breathe a sigh of relief as we enter the final 7 minutes of the contest. 21 to go on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. In comes Brendan Stam trying to go coast to coast. His shot was steered wide by Sullivan. Good for save number 23 for the Hawks netminder. Final 10 seconds of the Linso penalty ticking away. Mahalios to DeMasters, to Sharp. Down the pipe, that shot was blocked in net front traffic. Looked like Ebersol clogging up the slot, got a piece of it. Here's Kramer working the far corner as the Hawks are back to full strength. Buckman holding the point. Takes aim from distance, as stepping up to engage him was Masanova. Shot was off its target. Engelman protecting the left point, steers the puck away. Here's Mahalios off the setup from Kramer from the top of the circle. His shot was on target, but sticked clear by Sullivan. Buckman taking aim, rebounds in, Delaware scores! No! Savastano says no goal. It is a goal. And we're going to watch it again. Leighton DeMasters. Scoring the Delaware goal, 14 minutes and 4 seconds into the third period. We will give it another look on the 4-1-2 communications replay. The question was, how was the puck directed in? It indeed was propelled in by the stick of Leighton DeMasters, as we saw on the replay. There was no distinct kinking motion. It was in right off DeMasters' stick. And the freshman gets his 6th of the year to give the Delaware Blue Hens a little added breathing room. Oh, Delaware goal! His 6th of the season. Scored by number 25, Leighton DeMasters. Assisted by number 26, Michael Buckman. And number 14, Brian Kramer. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 4 seconds. In the third period, DeMasters from Buckman and Kramer at 14:04. And the manpower is going to be depleted with 4:35 to go. Brazil heads off for interference. So the Hens have a chance to put this one on ice and make it 6 in a row as they head back to the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. St. Joe's penalty, assessed to number 74, Michael Brazil. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 25 seconds in the third period. Brazil, 2 for interference at 15:25. This has been a complete team effort for the Blue Hens. Mahalios off the cross-ice pass. Fanned on the puck at the bottom of the near circle. He brings it back. Batted by Sharp in the high slot to try to protect territory after it was nearly tipped out. Final 3.5 minutes. In comes Quinn. He plays the puck behind the cage to Olensky. This is taken away and carried up ice by Maratea. Slowed up in the slot. He shoots after getting past Vecchio, but his shot was high and wide. Quinn the other way. Slowed up at the St. Joe's blue line by Chase Ebersol. Final 3 minutes of the contest upon us. This is Greco looking for his third of the night. Drop pass to Olensky. He's steered by Ebersol to the near corner. It's around to Greco. Taking aim from the top of the left circle. Shot was blocked. Wobbling puck comes right back to him. To Olensky behind the net. 2.5 minutes to go. Hens trying to keep the pressure on the St. Joe's zone and force Sullivan to stay in net. This is Brazil coming back the other way off the post! Net front scramble, and Hooper standing tall with another save. He is supine on the ice. Hooper is down. We're going to watch this again. Hooper makes the initial save. Doesn't look like there was any foul play. With 2:16 to go, he's being attended to in the blue paint. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the DHN. We'll be right back. Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. Now in goal for Delaware, number 31, Joe Monty. And the St. Joe's net is empty as well. With 2 and change to go. This will be an icing. 10 seconds tick off the clock. And the face-off's going to line up at the opposite dot. So Hooper retired after 29 saves on 32 shots. Monty coming in cold, trying to finish what Hooper began. Final 110 seconds. Wilson takes aim. Shot was blocked in heavy net front traffic. Engelman winds up, and there it is, friends. Joey Engelman from 180 feet launches an empty net goal. And as Mike Lang would say, Elvis has just left the building. And that's going to be Joey Engelman the whole way. The empty netter putting a bow on Delaware's 6th consecutive victory. Delaware goal, first of the season, scored by number 4, Joey Engelman. Time of the empty net unassisted goal, 18 minutes, 23 seconds in the third period. Engelman's first, unassisted, and empty netter at 18:23. So Sullivan is back in as this game enters its final minute. St. Joe's will drop to 500. Their record now 3-3-0. And the Hens keep on rolling along, improving to 7-5-1 with the Quakers of the University of Pennsylvania up on the schedule tomorrow. That game at 7:45 Eastern, 4:45 Pacific. As always, get here if you can, but if you can't, the Delaware Hockey Network will have it all for you from beginning to end. This game has entered deep stretch, and Delaware's pulled away by 3. Stam bodied by O'Rourke in the far corner. Posts up behind the net. To Kramer. Back it goes to Stam. Final 20. Puck wrestled free by Lulek. Now it's tied up in the corner board's far side. Stimmel pulls back behind his own goal. And the final seconds of this one will tick away as the Blue Hens reel off their 6th consecutive win. Tonight's final score, Delaware Blue Hens 6, St. Joe's Hawks 3. Final shots on goal, St. Joe's 33, Delaware 29. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game, presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Today's 3rd star, with a goal and an assist for the St. Joseph's Hawks, number 16, Neil Kadehi. The number 2 star of the game, with a goal and an assist for Delaware, number 14, Brian Kramer. And the number 1 star of the game, with 2 goals for the Delaware Blue Hens, number 8, Anthony Greco. So a total team effort for the Blue Hens this evening. 2 goals from Anthony Greco. The empty netter from Joey Engelman to seal it. And Joe Monty coming in to relieve an injured Joey Hooper and put a bow on a 6-3 Delaware decision. 4th line combining for 3 of Delaware's 6 goals. And it was this one from Joey Engelman to put a bow on a 6-3 Delaware win. For Sydney Butler, our videographer, for Eli Swope, for the entire DHN crew, James Witherite saying thank you for your company. We'll see you again tomorrow from Newark.